thing I always say to people is, what is the most valuable commodity in the world? In my opinion, it's computing power. Bitcoin is the strongest computer network in the world. And so when you're buying Bitcoin, you're buying an asset that is backed by the strongest commodity in the world. So when you start to think of it from that perspective, yes, it is internet native. Yes, it is for this kind of digital generation. But those people don't look at oil or gold or anything else as the most valuable commodity. They look at computing power, and that's why Bitcoin is so attractive to them.
Can I ask you a very simple question? If I own Bitcoin through an ETF, do I have greater protection of my ownership of that Bitcoin interest than I did through some of the exchanges where I've heard some nasty stories?
So you definitely have the exposure, and obviously it's a regulated entity. You have the ETF structure, all the things that I think Wall Street really enjoys about the protections of those regulated funds. What you don't have, though, is direct exposure and ownership of Bitcoin itself. So one of the beauties of Bitcoin is similar to cash. You can go to the ATM, you can take the cash out of the machine. With Bitcoin, you can actually take self-custody. You can own it. You don't have to rely on any counterparty. You don't have to rely on an exchange. You don't have to rely on an ETF provider, et cetera.